Hello and welcome back to what could actually be the last game of this best of 21 because DauT has won 10 games already, Chris only 5, so DauT has won 2 and 3 games statistically, and now we're in game 16, Mediterranean, and expected. We have a Vikings war here, DauT in blue on the bottom side and Chris in red on the top here. Let's see how players are going to do here. Of course, everybody should know the standard build order somehow for Mediterranean islands, whatever. I'm not going to go for that. Instead, I'm going to go for the maps here and see what players are actually doing. If somebody's going for boar steal or try to snipe a villager or something like that. Therefore, I'm going a little bit faster. You can see Chris can see his 2 boars here. DauT sending the scout out already. He can see 1 boar, he can see second boar, can see his 2 golds here, main stone, second stone, means I'm missing 1 gold. Where is it? The last one is on the left hand side as well. And DauT already scouting the shoreline here. I think he doesn't see Chris' base. No, not yet. Does Chris see? Chris found the boars, he's got the first one in. He's found the gold in the back, the main stone on the side. He mingled quite forward, not too nice for him. The other gold, other stone as well. He has 3-4 deers, relatively close to TC. Could go for them if you wanted to. Instead, he's going around now. First stock is up for Chris, first stock is up for DauT. And first fishing ship coming up here. Even DauT a little bit idle time on the production of fishing ships here. Now the next coming in. And good to know that even those players are not doing perfect, and I think Chris with a little bit of an advantage right now. Yeah, he's got the fishing ship out earlier. Otherwise, nothing special, I think. DauT scouting around. Chris is inside DauT's base. A little bit of fighting going on, maybe, but I think, yeah, DauT has loom. And Chris, let's see, loom's done as well. Expected really on Mediterranean. You don't want to lose your villagers to scout here. A lot of villagers going for wood now and for gold, of course. Both players up to feudal age. Chris actually a little bit faster. I'm gonna slow down. DauT has 3 fishing ships. That's a little bit strange. Villager walling himself in to make sure he's not being sniped by the scout here, but loom done, shouldn't be a problem. 4 fishing ship for Chris, only 3 for DauT as far as I can see. No, he's 4 now. Okay, that's alright. And resources for both players looking good. A little bit of a fight, villager against scout, delaying the dog here, very nice. It's a 92%. The scout will die if Chris is not going back, and villager surviving on 2 HP. Wow, that's huge. On the other hand, DauT only 2 dogs in feudal age, while Chris getting the 3rd up already. 2 galleys and 3rd dog producing galley as well. Very good for Chris here. Probably worth it to lose the scout here and go for the villager. If he had gotten the villager, would have been even better. Now let's see what DauT is doing. He's moving the scout, and the first galleys should come out very soon. Chris is sending the first 2. DauT get 2 as well. The first fights will happen. Of course, players know where the other stocks are. First fights here. Let's see who's gonna do a better job here. Chris running away with the injured galley, DauT going forward, but this one also on low HP, pulling that one back. Yeah, the first little fights happening. 25 villagers from both players, so nothing special here. 3 against 3 galleys. DauT is 4 dogs up. Chris 4 dogs as well. That's good. No, nobody lost any fishing ship yet or anything. So and now DauT 5 galleys. That's a good number. Killing 1 from Chris and almost a second. 8 HP left. But Chris has 5 galleys now. I think DauT is gonna lose 1 very soon. Yeah, it's taking fight, he's losing 1, Chris losing another, and DauT right now is 5 against 5 galleys again. Pretty even at this point. 27 villagers for both players as well. DauT going for the mill right now. Is Chris on berries? Yeah, doing the same thing. Pretty similar build order here. Double lumber camp for both players as far as I know. There we go. And the next fights will happen very soon. 4 fishing ship for each player. And DauT actually going for dog number 5. That's huge. Chris on 4 dogs. No blacksmith or anything up yet. Galleys patrolling in front of the fishing ship. That's good. DauT now moving forward. He's got 1 more galley, but only taking 8. Now it's 10 galleys from both players again. And should be interesting to see who's going to get a bit of fight here. Patrolling, but not shooting at once. A little bit of a PC problem or a software problem. Big fight happening, and DauT 10 against 8. Doesn't look too good for Chris actually here. He might need to go back. Chris with 8 galleys at this point, and DauT gets 7 now, but a lot of galleys going down. No real micro, no move and anything. Just taking the fight and hoping that you come out as the winner in the end. Should be interesting to see who is going to win this. DauT now going back, but he still has 2 more galleys. Also walling the right hand side of his base. This is walled, and the left hand side is going to be fully walled. Very nice for him. And with 5 dogs, I think he's going to stay in feudal age a little bit longer, try to get water control early on. And we see DauT very low HP, Chris a little bit better actually. Of course spending the gold now, but food for Chris is better. And now Chris only 1 galley less, DauT is 6, Chris is 5. But DauT reinforcing now, he's got 7, 8 galleys again. Chris has to go back with his 4. He's got 6 left. And fishing ships all alive, I think. Nothing happening for the therefore 36 villagers for both players. We see a few 3 farms for DauT, a lot of farms for Chris already. Interesting. Now both players should have the blacksmith, and fletching is done for both. Yep, expected really. Not sure if somebody had the fletching earlier. Maybe I should have checked, but it doesn't really matter, because DauT with 1 more dog, he should be able to outproduce Chris here. And with a good fight, nice snipe here. Can he get another one? Chris trying to go around, trying to trap DauT's galleys, but DauT is coming with more galleys. Same for Chris. DauT now moving again, and looks like a better fight for DauT. He's reinforcing faster. Chris is losing a lot of galleys here, and DauT is going to take water control at this point. Fully walled and water control, it's very nice for him. Again, DauT seems to have the better map here. Actually a little bit lucky in my opinion, don't know if they had restarts. But that's 3 maps in a row that were, I think, a little bit better for him. And now Chris trying to defend here. DauT going back a little bit, waiting for more galleys to come in probably. And Chris has clicked up to Castle Age, going for dog number 5 now. He needs to make sure he doesn't lose the fishing ship or the galleys now at this point. DauT should realize this. He should know that Chris has clicked up. I think he should be able to see the score drop. A lot of villagers on gold here. And now he's moving forward, 13 against 8 galleys. This might be a good fight for DauT now. Sending a runner, killing 1 for Chris, DauT losing 1, Chris losing a 2nd here, number 3 going down, another for DauT here, and 8 galleys against 8, DauT has 12 on the field, could go forward again. DauT will be able to click up to Castle Age very soon, market is up, blacksmith of course. Chris with a good amount of resources, a lot of food in the bank now, maybe should have moved a few villages to wood. Doesn't need that much food, maybe, I'm not sure. Of course, you need boatkin and the war galley upgrade, but a lot of food, a lot of wood for ballistics and more galleys, of course. Let's see, DauT now with a lot of galleys moving forward just before Chris is advancing to Castle Age, and he's sniping 1, losing 1, Chris losing a 2nd. Chris trying to he's microing his ass off actually, but DauT just standing there trying to shoot as many galleys as possible, and looks like a better fight for him. Chris, of course, now up to Castle Age, war galley upgrade coming in, boatkin coming in, but DauT trying to kill as much as he can. He knows he needs to kill now, because against the war galleys that will be hard. The 4 fishing ships standing there. Oh, DauT sniping 1 fishing ship, interesting. And going for more galleys. He's still got a lot more. Chris only 6 galleys left. That's not a lot. Now it's 5-4, war galley upgrade done, but galleys will be okay for DauT. Of course, Chris is gonna have a better production now with the war galley. I think they're like created like almost double in half the time. Not entirely. And DauT sacrificing the galleys to snipe all the fishing ships now, going back. And he's up to Castle Age as well, going for war galley most likely. Boatkin coming in. Do we see? No university up yet. Of course. Oh, Chris, no university either. Interesting. But he needs the galley numbers now, the war galley numbers. And DauT sending a runner. Is DauT going for a university somewhere? And, no, TC coming up. Interesting. Nowadays, I think it's university come up first before TCs. You want to have ballistics. But DauT now with a lot of galleys again. He's got 16 against 11. Chris is up to 6 dogs. Is DauT? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pretty similar now. And DauT is the first to get a 2nd TC up actually. While I think Chris probably doesn't have the wood to get a TC up. No, not happening. Chris is fighting under his dogs. That's good for him. DauT is there trying to kill as many war galleys as he can. And he's got almost double now. It's 20 against 13, 12 against 19. And we see DauT pretty ambitious here, going for the dogs from Chris, and he might actually take this. If he's sending more and more galleys, he should be very good. And 30C coming up for DauT again on woodline. This one on the gold, very nice for him. So it looks like he's got an advantage. 10 population more. Gonna go a little bit faster. Let's see. There's not too much micro involved here, and DauT still got a lot more galleys in. Chris probably has to produce them in the docks now. There we go, first one in the docks. And DauT is going to send more and more. He might even be able to kill a few docks before Chris can defend here. Chris with 6 docks producing now, but DauT's still got a lot more. Do we see University? Not for Chris, not for DauT either. That's interesting to see. I think the player is going for ballistics first. If there is an unequal fight, who is definitely going to win this, especially in cast late where it's a little bit harder to micro, I feel. But no University coming up, no more TCs for Chris either. Wants to get water control back. He's got now good amount of galleys and he's fighting on his docks. But DauT still with more. He has to send a few though. I think under the docks that's better for Chris at this point. He's killing a lot of war galleys from DauT. DauT has to go back now. Very nice fight for Chris, using his advantage. And now DauT probably going back towards his docks or fighting in the middle. That's interesting. Galleys just walking towards or floating past each other. And now we have a big fight in the middle. I don't know if we have ballistics for anybody yet. Do Chris have no University as far as I can see? No, DauT not either. Do we see University somewhere? I hope my... No, University coming in for DauT right now. 32 minutes in the game. That's very, very late for nowadays standards. But DauT with a good amount of villagers, 82 against 61 for Chris, and resources for him looking good as well. At the same time, he's still got more war galleys up, and Chris resources really low, going for his second TC. Where did he put it? He's putting it on the wood line. Expected, but it's really, really late, and 62 villages, that's 26 more for DauT at this point, who's going to be able to click up very soon. And I think in Imperial Age this might take a huge turn. For now, Chris is producing a lot of war galleys, and DauT has to go back. Chris with the galley advantage. Nobody has done the +1 defense upgrade. Of course, both came for both players. DauT should have the ballistics. Maybe he clicked it already. Big fight happening in the middle. Chris with more numbers here. And DauT losing the galley advantage, and he is in danger of losing the water actually. At the same time, he's clicked up to Imperial Age, and this should give him a huge advantage. But if you're losing all your war galleys, Imperial Age doesn't help you. We have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that 10 dogs for DauT? 10 dogs, and he's going with the villages out, maybe to do more or get a lumber camp, I'm not sure. DauT has to run back now. Chris, not really close to Imperial Age. Food halfway there, but missing a lot of gold. He's got a lot more galleys now. That's double the amount of galleys, but DauT still with a lot more villages. And DauT is almost up to Imperial Age. He's putting war galleys into his docks. I'm gonna go for the galleon upgrade immediately. Bracer most likely, maybe even chemistry if he can afford it. Now the question is, where are you doing? Taking the second dock here? No, third one? Yeah, doing the galleon, doing bracer. No food for chemistry yet. A few galleys, war galleys are going down, but as soon as the galleon upgrade is done, I think DauT is going to try and fight back. Chris still double the amount of war galleys here, and resources okayish now, still missing food to go up. Losing 1-2 dogs here, DauT, maybe a third, but 26 military units against 43, and now that Scallions +3 is done, +1 defense upgrade actually done for DauT here, and he should be able to take a good fight, and he's gonna be able to pump a lot more galleons out now. Which means in the end, if Chris is not doing a lot more dogs and a lot more war galleys, he's gonna lose the water again. Right now pretty even, but Chris is losing more than DauT at this point, and galleon's just so strong. DauT doing chemistry now, it's expected really, and Chris sending more. And DauT reinforcing because he's fighting next to his dogs, and looks good for DauT. Now they have the same numbers, and DauT has more. He's gonna take water now, even going out of the barracks here, outpost barracks coming up, so he's trying to go on land now. Archer Rangers expected. He's gonna go crossbows, arbalest, and try to do the damage on land. Chris, on the other hand, not able to click up to Imperial Age, doing a siege workshop now. To have the second building, probably another TC is gonna have 4, because that's number 3 here, close to the main stone, and quite close to the wood line. But DauT on water, taking full control. Is he doing crossbows, arbalest maybe? Right now archer protection, crossbowman upgrade coming in, and he's on the Chris dogs. Chris calling GG at this point. He knows he's too far behind, he cannot click up to Imperial Age, and DauT taking the best of 21. Very, very strong games. Sadly, the last one was a water match. Of course, that's not the best you can see. But yeah, we want to see water matches in the best of 21 as well, of course. It's not about all land maps. And like this, DauT proving to be the better player in this best of 21 with very nice setups. A few Arabia Aztecs where a few Arabia was, but quite a good amount of maps, of civilizations, and of matches, of course. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you you like the best of 21 between Chris and DauT. And actually, when I started to come back to AOC, to watching games, to Woobly, to whatever, I didn't know that existed until late 2012, I think. So I actually saw a few games between DauT and Viper in the best of 21 live. But I'm not sure if this was casted. I'm not sure who of you actually saw the best of 21 between Viper and DauT. And I am actually going to cast this. I want to bring the next best of 21. We have seen Viper versus Jordan, the best of 21, and that's been casted, live streamed and casted like 2 times at least. I think I'm not going for that one. But Viper against DauT, that was a very interesting one. And I don't remember all the games. I think I saw a few of them, but not a lot of them. I hope you enjoyed this best of 21 and see ya in whatever next games I'm going to cast. GG.